Well, when opportunity comes knocking, it's always advisable to see who's on the other side of the door. And when it's Jason Grimson, multiple Group 1 trainer, doing the knocking, it's always advisable to accept his invitation. And that's certainly the case for young Tasmanian Mitchell Ford. I caught up with Mitch just a couple of weeks into his engagements with Jason. Well, Mitchell, good to catch up with you from very fine harness racing stock back in Tasmania.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
Your father, Scott, and your brother, Nathan, have certainly made a big impression on the industry back home.
Yeah, Nathan was probably one of the better drivers going back here, say 6 or 7 years ago. And yeah, my father back in the day, yeah, his name was well renowned, that was for sure.
Cousin Dylan goes all right too.
Yeah, Dylan's up there as well, yeah.
As I said in the introduction, Mitch, Jason Grimson comes knocking at the door. How did it all come about?
My brother Nathan's been friends with him and Jack Trainer for quite some time, and obviously I just lost my 5-point claim back in home, and I won the junior driving title and the senior title, and Jason gave me a ring one day on the way home from feeding up actually, and he was wondering if I'd be interested in coming up, so probably an opportunity I couldn't really knock back.
Were you surprised?
Very surprised, yeah.
This is a wonderful opportunity. What's your first impressions being over on this side of Bass Strait here at Clement Angle?
Definitely runs rings on Tassie, that's for sure. But nah, the facilities like this, it's state-of-the-art facilities, and yeah, it's good racing up here. I really enjoy it.
What a wonderful achievement to win both the seniors and junior driving title in virtually, less than 2 years driving?
Yeah, less than 2 years of driving. I had some very, very good opportunities back home. Ben Yoll was probably one of my biggest supporters. He'd put me on week in, week out, but not only just him, the little trainers that, would trust me with their horses, and yeah.
One of those particular trainers is Miracle Mile winning trainer Andy Gath. You've spent time with both Andy and Kate at their training establishment.
Yeah, I was at Andy and Kate's 2 years ago. I was there for about 8 or so months and got to work with some really nice horses, and actually Catch a Wave was just coming up as a 2-year-old then, just as I was leaving, so it's pretty cool.
It was always an exciting prospect, and it's certainly no surprise he's been able to achieve what he has been able to do.
No, and he is a very classy horse, and I think he's still got room for improvement.
What's been the most important lessons you've learned from someone like Andy Gath?
Just how to keep a horse, training-wise, it's just how to keep a horse happy and keep on top of things, but more driving-wise, just how to read races and stuff like that. Like, he just knows what he's doing.
Yeah, success to people like Andy and Kate don't come along by fluke.
No, that's for sure. They've definitely put in the hours, that's for sure.
You were raised along the lines of the mini trotters and had a lot of luck there with a horse called Toughen Up.
Yeah, I used to drive mini trotters back in the day and had a bit of success, so yeah, that was pretty cool.
Which horses made an immediate impression on you, and you consider them to be close friends? Why?
I just like being around them. It's just you feel at home when you're working with the horses, and I think there's just a knack to them.
June 2021, you kicked off your career just at your second drive at Hobart, Cool Hand Eastern. The second drive in it was also trained by Bianca Heenan, the partner of Nathan.
Yeah, he was a pretty cool little horse for us. He earned us a bit of money in such a short time, and I was pretty nervous, that night, first couple of drives, and my first drive actually didn't go too bad, and then my second one was a little bit better than the first one, that was for sure.
And your auntie, Tammy Langley, you also do a lot of driving for her?
Yeah, that's my auntie. Tammy's my auntie. Yeah, I do a lot of driving for Tammy back home as well, and yeah, she's given me some good opportunities as well.
In those years you've been over in Tasmania, apart from the family, which you've got plenty of role models in that particular group alone, who else has been role models back home in Tassie?
Well, definitely my biggest role model is probably Nathan. Just the stuff he's taught me ever since I was a kid, I'd cop a few sprays along the way, but I think they're starting to pay dividends now. 2021,
you contested the Young Bloods Challenge. Is that similar to our Rising Stars?
Yeah, that's like the Rising Stars, as you would call it over here, yeah.
That was a pretty strong field.
Yeah, there was a few good drivers in it, yeah.
Well, as far as your ambitions here, Mitch, learning under Jason on the back of what you've learned from Andy, and no doubt other trainers and drivers you're going to pick up along the way here, in particular with Cam Hart doing a lot of driving for Jason. What's the future hold? Is this something you're going to be taking notes of so one day you can turn into a trainer?
Yeah, no, I definitely want to try and make the most of what I can as a driver, so that's why I've mainly come over here, but I would also like, to train a few horses myself, yeah.
Is there a big difference in the way your early impressions with Jason to what you've been experiencing back home?
Jason's pretty laid back. He's not in no rush to get the horses done, and there's just a few little things he does, and that's why people say that he's the horseman he is.
Do you feel extra pressure?
Nah, not really. He doesn't really put much pressure on you at all. No, he just tells you to go out and do what you do, and if you stuff up, you stuff up. He said the world turns, so yeah.
It's a pretty relaxed attitude to have.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
As far as your driving, your strengths?
I feel as though the horses run a lot for me. I'm only small, so that sort of helps me. But yeah, I think the horses just run.
You mentioned the differences, the tracks back home in Tasmania compared to the big circuit here at Club Menangle. That's something you're going to have to get used to.
It's going to be a lot different from driving from Burnie to here, that's for sure. But no, I'm keen to get out and I'm keen to have a feel for the track, that's for sure.
It sounds like you're excited to get going.
Yeah, I'm eager.
Good to catch up with you, Mitch, and good luck.
Cheers, mate. Thank you.